What's happening, everybody? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? All the good people. I got to see Diversify in the building. Craig Kane, Easy Bro. What's going on? Oh, snap. And that's Mix in the building. So that's a new one. For sure. For sure. Excuse me. For sure. For sure. You know. So, a couple things I'm going to try to drop on y'all real quick, right? Real life related and crypto related. But we're gonna start with real life first. Um, man, the wind is blowing. It's crazy. Pause. No Diddy. Anyway, a while ago, it happened this year. But ever since we got a new president elect, right? We got a new president, and somehow the effects of the new president has been felt directly and indirectly by many people across the globe, right? We get that, right? Over here in the United States, it's been a little weird, right? The immigration situation is crazy. The immigration situation is crazy, like to say the least. That's why I call this stream crazy. You have a state like New York, where before this president came in office, this state is considered to be sanctuary, safe haven, like quotes. I put that in quotes. Sanctuary state type. The city, especially, like, whoo, man. When the people, they call them migrants, landed in NYC, man, the landscape was completely different than the way it is now, right? Because of the politics, right? Now it's completely different. Now it's completely different. People they're moving in a way where they're shook. The first 2 months, January, February, motherfuckers was shook. People were scared, scared. Even those who were quote unquote legal, scared to death, getting into battles with I control everything. Shout out to Head Ice. Um, Physically beating on those officers. Them dudes would throw down with the ICE officers, right? I mean, it's documented. And people in the streets would just pounce on them and chase them out of whatever locale they were at. But they also scooped up a lot of people and sent them back to their origins. Here comes the crazy shit. So, because I do what I do for a living, I do many things for a living, but one of the main jobs, right, is to help adults who help adults who are mentally ill. People don't even know how to walk right in the street, bro. Anyway, I get a call one day. Yo, Light Wonder, what happened? Yo, such and such, such and such. You gotta head back to base. Head back to base. I'm like, yo, what we doing? Head back to base. Yeah, you gotta head back to base. Something happened. Something happened. What happened? What happened? I can't tell you. I gotta. It's one of those things. I can't tell you. That's why I say a lot. Games to be sold, not told. But sometimes you can't even do that. You gotta see somebody. You can't even. There's no discussion about a discussion over the phones. Shit already happened, so I'm gonna say what it is, and I don't care about nothing except talking about some stuff, putting things in perspective, and let you know how crazy shit is, and then why. Sirens, bro. Sirens. I can't see the chat right now. So check this out. I head back to base. They're like, yo, such and such and such and such. I'm like, what you mean? They're like, yo, one of the people you looking after got into a situation, right? One of the people, as far as clients, got into a situation. And I'm like, what you talking about? What are you talking about? They're like, yo, he was in his house. They share a house. It's like a group home for adults. Yo, you know, imagine that, right? But that exists. A group home for adults. But it's all males though. So my guy just walks in, minding his business. One of his one of his roommates are like, I don't know, kind of like annoying everybody in the house, right? He's just annoying people. So he sees my guy and they start going at it verbally, boom, boom, because this guy's annoying. You got this one guy, the dude is just heckling people. He's just in his mood to just be a big time annoyance, super pest, just like, yo, pure aggravation. My client's like, yeah, whatever, just brushing them off. It gets to a point where the guy got so annoyed that my client was ignoring him. The words got a little bit serious because they talking back and forth, yelling, arguing. And then the pest spits at my client, right? So all gloves are off at that point, like they start pouncing on each other. My client just went off on them, right? Just starts beating them down. They fall. This is what I'm hearing. Third, fourth hand accounts and information. I wasn't there, so this is what people are telling me. My client, after he's punching this dude, you know what I'm saying? He was reaching for shit. Like after punching him, he wasn't done. He grabbed some scissors and poked this guy like, like several times, like punctured it, boom, 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 boom. my client gets arrested, and the dude that got poked up, that spit on my client, he gets sent to the hospital, you know, collapsed lung, do suffer collapsed lung, blah, 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 right? So this dude he's in the clink, right? So he's arrested. And I'm like, yo, I can't like really build the way I want to build because I'm outside and it's just all this reckless distractions. Crazy. Anyway, so I'm saying to myself, yo, I'm thinking about my client and the situation. I'm getting this information. And I'm like, yo, man, damn. First of all, getting spit at, somebody spits at you, you're going to feel away. And up here, like, you're going to feel away. You're going to feel away. It's not about being tough or whatever. It's just about feeling disrespected, all the way disrespected. Somebody spit at you, bruh. Anyway, so my client's in the precinct. You know, that's a police station house. And I'm thinking, I'm like, yo, it's a wrap for him, bro. It's a wrap. It's a wrap, bro. Like, it's not the first time he's done this. You know what I'm saying? He got a record. You know, it's like he's been doing the best. One of my better functioning. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, working with him for over 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he's, you know, it's just a bad situation. But the worst part about it, for me in my mind, I'm thinking, yo, this dude is undocumented, meaning quote unquote illegal, meaning quote unquote, hey yo, you out of here, meaning quote unquote, them dudes, them 3-letter dudes, ICE, you out of here, bro. Like, I'm not gonna see you ever again. It's a wrap. See you, you fucked up like that. I understand you got spit on, but yo, you know you got no papers. You out here, been out here all these years and this and that. Instead of keeping a low profile, they already gave you chances before. Your record's dirty. You still been here, and then you decide to just wild out like this. Yo, it's over, right? This is what I'm thinking. It's over. Yo, maybe, like when I got this information, put it this way, it was, I want to say it was maybe the middle of the day, my time. You know, around 1 o'clock my time. Yo, less than 24 hours later, like maybe 8 a.m. the next day, yo, I get word from the base. Yo, your man's out. What you mean my man's out? Dude in the hospital? How? He suffered a punctured lung, collapsed lung. No, not him. Your man who did the thing. And I'm like, what? So I go straight because I didn't understand nothing of what they were talking about. They were like, yeah, he's out. You know, in the correspondence email. No, man, speak to me face to face. But people do email shit to cover their ass. Anyway, so I get to the base. Pew! And I'm looking. And, you know, the people who know that he's out, they know he's out because, you know, the guy called him. First of all, the day before, when I found out what I found out, I called him. But his phone was dead. I just called him because out of concern. Like, I didn't know what else to do. I wasn't going to see him in the precinct. Wasn't going to do that. No, I wasn't going to do that. But because shit was too hot, all the way hot. Oven, fish grease, hot. Barbecue. So, like, nah, let me call him. Phone didn't work. All right, I prayed. I'm like, yo, never going to see him again. The next day, he's out. Get to the office, my colleagues tell me, yo, his mom came through. It was like explaining. When I heard that, I was like, damn, he's really out like that. They're like, yeah, He called. It's like, yo, he's out. He's spending time at his mom's. He can't go back to the group home for obvious reasons. You're gonna keep a low profile. I'm like, what? I'm calling, not picking up. I finally call him. Or he picks up after I finally call him. Like, yo, what happened, yo? And you know, mental illness is like, it's so captivating. When it grips a person, their inside is trash. Meaning they can't really formulate a clear thought to explain shit to you like you would think someone else who's not afflicted or dealing with mental illness can. So I'm asking, yo, what happened, bro? Give it to me in baby terms. Just spell it out, bro. What happened? The dude couldn't give me any type of clear situation. He couldn't even, and I'm like, why am I even wasting my time? But I'm gonna tell you what was clear to him though. I'm like, yo, how you get out? How did you get out? He was like, yo, they sent him to court. He saw the judge. And I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, what the judge tell you? Because I thought he was cooked. Like, yo, what the judge tell you? He was like, yo, he says he's not gonna lie. The judge told him, well, the judge asked him after the judge saw that he was all distraught, crying, sad, and all the way scared and fucked up. He says to me, the judge asked him, hold on. He told me the judge asked him, or offered him, rather. He said, hey, such and such, I see what happened here. You stand here in front of me. Would you, what type of work? This is the judge. Tell him, yo, what type of work would you like to do? What type of job would you like to have? I'm looking at my phone as my client telling me this. I'm like, yo, this guy's, he's off his rocker, man. Like, I don't want to, what's he talking about? And I said, repeat it again, like, for real, stop playing with me, right? I'm like, yo, this is not a time to be super delusional. I mean, look at what's going on, man. There's no t-. He's like, no, I'm not playing. The judge offered me a job. He asked me, what would I rather do? And he told the judge gave him two options, but he told the judge the judge gave him one option. Would he want to become an officer? I'm like, yo, stop trolling me. Yo, this ain't even fun. I'm about to hang up the phone on you. He's like, nah, the judge asked me if I want to become an officer. And I'm like, what? And then he said, yeah, that was the first option. He said no to that. The second one was like joining some like para-security, paramilitary, maybe even like a nonprofit situation. That's why when I'm hearing people talk about nonprofits, it's middle finger to all of them. Middle finger. When I'm hearing about because it's for real on my side. And so he told the judge, nah, he prefers to be a laborer. He prefers to be a laborer, like, masonry or construction, The judge said, okay, very good. Referred the dude for some kind of program, connected him to some type of worker who can give him like help in the community. Some type of assistance, more on top of everything he's already getting, yo. This dude gets free housing, yo. This dude eats every day. Motherfuckers don't cook. Whatever money he does earn in the street from jobs, hustling off the books, that's all him. You get free, you get Medicaid. You don't even have to worry about healthcare. You get dental, huh? Motherfuckers will buy you clothes. You get transportation. You get transported wherever you get the funds to do that. Like, here you go, boom. On top of that, you get to engage in a crime. Full body, no bullshit, no drill, no nothing. It's a crime. You get to engage and participate in hurting somebody. You get arrested and then you let go. They let you go. Like, yo, it's you good. You get a job offer. You get choices on what type of jobs you might be qualified. I'm asking them, yo, where you at? Because I didn't believe nothing he's talking to me about, right? I'm like, yo, where you at? He tells me where he's at. I meet him in some project somewhere, right? So we're in the middle of the piece. He's sweating, dirty. You know, you spend a day in the thing. You're not doing well, especially after you stab somebody multiple times. So you're not in your best appearance. And I didn't judge him for that. He gives me the paperwork. He gives me, yo, this is when he got to go back to court. This is what he's being charged with. You know, and this is the referral to some type of agency that's going to help save his behind or keep him on the street right now immediately. Nobody detaining you, nobody holding you, nobody extracting you from your life, your livelihood, nobody telling you, yo, shut the fuck up, you're going back to your origins. Nobody doing any of that. Nobody. I looked at him, I'm like, yo, they didn't tell you anything about any jail time whatsoever? He was like, yo, your life for real? The way it sounded like, it was like, yo, it sounded like they're gonna help me out to where I don't even have to see a day inside. And I'm like, what? And these motherfuckers talking about some nonprofit for some foolishness. Like, real life over here, bro, is real life. I know it's a different context and weirdos are doing some other shit, but when I think about some stuff going on, and I'm like, it's a different level of balance in life that you're dealing with, bro. Different level. Dude is pure, like one of the, it's the type of thing where, yo, if they looking for some, if those people are looking for some people, they could be found. But then what this is the problem, because now I'm caught in the middle of some bureaucracy bullshit, right? Because I see the system protecting dude, somebody who I'm supposed to be objective about, impartial, not really have any feelings, you know, toward or untoward. I'm supposed to be super objective. I'm supposed to be helpful. Yo, I'm dealing with all kinds of dregs of society, bro. They don't want to keep them incarcerated. They don't want to keep them hospitalized or in these institutions for long term, even though many of them need those environments, need to be locked the fuck up. Straight up and down. Okay? So now, as a proponent of the craziness, I gotta go along with the whole shit. Like, yo, they asking me, yo, how he's doing. What you mean how he's doing? He's good. Y'all glazing him, and you helping me. You telling me I'm supposed to help glaze too. He's doing well, bro. Oh yeah, how's he doing? Is he stable? Is he? Oh, he's fantastic, bro. They moved him. You know, CYA, cover your ass. They did everything they could. They moved him out of the group home, got him in a better situation. Huh? Huh? You know, it's like, oh, came up in the world. And why I bring this all the way back to this whole locale and this weird shit going on over here? Yo, if anybody else who was a tax law abiding citizen, right? Tax paying, law abiding citizen would have indulged in some bullshit like that, right? And you would have picked up a device, some type of instrument, and stabbed the shit out of somebody, right? Because they spit at you. I'd like to believe more often than not, you'd still be locked the fuck up today, facing some type of jail time, prison time. You gonna be sitting down. But because a motherfucker, and I say this in whatever way, it's just what it is. Because this is why I say this in a certain way. Because I'm not saying it to take away from mental illness, but because some people suffer from mental illness legitimately, and those who do, there are those who do who manipulate certain situations. Because in many cases, just because you're mentally ill doesn't mean a motherfucker's stupid. You understand? So if he if he knew how blessed he was, if he really knew how blessed he was, bro, he'd be kissing the ground saying thank you to the creator. He'd have to become religious on some kind of level. Because the good angel on his shoulder got his back. That shit couldn't happen to me. That shit couldn't happen to many people, most people. Real shit too. I can't even give any more information more than that. But that's real shit. Might be a throwaway stream. Real shit. So, and then after that happens, dude wants to walk around, the assailant, he wants to walk around like the world owes him some shit. Can you imagine? I don't think y'all could imagine. I don't think y'all could imagine, y'all. What it takes, what it takes to practice emotional intelligence with people who are psychologically and emotionally damaged. You know what I mean? And then try to bring it home to where they leave you having a better understanding of certain things than they did when they met you. That's not easy. All right. It's not easy at all. So safety, safe it up, be vigilant out here. And on the crypto side of things, with your pulse chain situation, what has changed? Hmm? What has changed besides some people want to blindly push some narrative while they dismiss the events that's taking place in front of their eyes. They want to blindly push a narrative and ignore the truth of what's really taking place. They want to tell you about some device, some bootleg, fraudulent etch a sketch that's supposed to help promote, market, and pump your bags. When clearly you can see there's a deficiency. And it's not about the tablets. It's not about some fake etch a sketch. It's about somebody trying to find the best way to distract you so they can do something and make something happen and then beat their bird chest later telling you, look, I told you I could do it. I told you I could do it. And the thing that's even more immature and infantile about the mentality of your founders, do you really believe that the founder, that there's nobody else in that community that is as intelligent, if not more intelligent than the founder? Don't think for a second that people don't see and understand what's going on. Don't think for a second that people haven't identified the tricks for quite some time, you know? And there's another thing. If you wanna say certain things like, oh, these people are not believers, you need to ghost them, block them. That's a great way to onboard, right? Because in a sense, they don't even have to just say, oh yeah, we're just gonna block, we're just gonna basically do the same thing y'all been crying that was done to y'all, and we're gonna do it to other people. How are you winning your point? How are you allowing people to really see where you're coming from if you get caught up in your feelings, don't like what's being said, can't debunk it or refute it properly, and then you just want to cut yourself off? You thinking you blocking somebody and it's hurting them. No, you're cutting yourself off from having an opportunity to engage in real discussion that could provoke thought, that could present teaching moments, and maybe both parties could learn. Maybe you could learn as a founder, and maybe you can teach and educate as a founder and gain support. So it's all the way disingenuous, you know what I mean? Like, yo, you hearing these people talk block, you scared. You scared. You're not about anything real, solid, nothing. If your thing was A1, you defend it. Again, while you pursuing glory, right? Make it make sense. Weird. And then these people will tell you that the marketing campaign is actually working. They're just giving you words. They're not giving you any type of quantifiable data to support those claims. And what do people do? Eat it up. On top of that, these people are getting so low, they're getting to the point where they're offering people money just to give away the crypto. I'm sorry, they're offering people crypto just so that they can give back the Etch a Sketch if people don't want it. Folks are putting a price on, I'll pay you. You see the lunacy? You see the lunacy? And they acting that's so fire. That's so effective. That's so embarrassing. That's so lame. Get your mind and your life right.